What's up? Monday, May 6th. 5-6 right there. Brought to you by DraftKings. Did you ever play the over-under game with your friends? You know, think I can eat a slice of pizza in under 30 seconds, or I know you'll take over a minute to down that 2-liter. That's impressive. If you have, then you're going to love Pick6, the new fantasy game from DraftKings, an official partner of the NBA. Here's how to play during the NBA playoffs. It's super simple. First, download the DraftKings Pick6 app. Then pick between 2 and 6 players and choose if they'll have more or less of a stat like rebounds, points, assists, and more. Track your picks and play against others for a shot to win huge cash prizes. That's all there is to it. Ev, you went out to North Dakota. How did you end up doing in the prize pools with your pick set?
I did. I just missed them. I was 4 to 6, so I'm feeling pretty good about our Alaska competition here. But I was one away from the money. So it was close. It's right there.
Right there. For all that, and for all first-time Pick6 players, check this out. New customers play $5 and get 50 in Pick6 credits. Play Pick6 from DraftKings, the new fantasy app that packs more fun into less time. Download the DraftKings Pick6 app now and use code PickCentral. New customers play $5 and get 50 in Pick6 credits. That's code PickCentral only on DraftKings Pick6. The crown is yours. I did not expect this to be the lead story on a phenomenal sports weekend, but it seems like the roast of Brady captivated the country last night.
It's all you saw on social media.
Yeah, I called it late. It was actually funny. My wife was like, "You want to put it on?" And I didn't know it was live, so I was like, "Nah, it's roast of Tom Brady." Like I didn't know it was. They had the roast of Tom Brady. I didn't see it publicized. I didn't see it was Jeff Ross. I didn't see it was a sold out room. I didn't know it was like a roast. I thought it was gonna be pretty low key or corny. I did not expect it to be full on.
I thought it'd be more
roast of like the roast.
Yeah, I knew it was happening. Like I knew it was happening just before, and I heard it loosely. And kind of like the day of, I saw it was getting promoted hard. So I was like, oh, like I mean, there's nothing on tonight, no like basketball or anything. I was like, I'll turn it on. So I turned it on. I watched from like the very beginning to the end. It was better than I expected for sure. I was very curious how they were gonna approach it with. Brady's like such a PG guy. Like you never know how they're gonna like attack that. But once I saw like the roast they had on stage where they had like all these like real comedians, I was like, oh, like they're not gonna hold back. Like a Andrew Schultz and like a Tony Hinchcliffe, like a Nikki Glazer. Like they're not like even Kevin Hart. I wasn't sure because I'm like, oh, like he's obviously he has that in him, but he's done like the PG thing as well. Like he's kind of played both sides. But I thought Kevin Hart was unbelievable as the host. And as the tone setter of the night, which obviously that is kind of like the role you play as the host, where he stepped up immediately and was coming for the jugular, like divorce jokes and just going at Brady like on all kinds of ways at the very beginning, which it was funny seeing Brady squirm that first like 3 minutes where you're like, oh my God, like is he going to just like walk off stage?
Yeah.
Like, how is he going to handle this? But he was great. And then I thought Tony Hinchcliffe and Glazer were like unbelievable.
That was the question I had off of it was, and then I obviously called it later on. But did Brady know what he was signing up for? Truthfully, do you think he knew what he was signing up for?
I think he did because his roast at the end, like kind of him, like his closing was pretty good.
Yeah,
and he made some jokes in there that I thought were like obvious, like where like Jeff Ross was very good too. Schultz was good. Like Ross comes out in like the full like OJ jersey, and he starts making jokes about like I think he was the first one, or I forget if it was him or. I know Kevin Hart, I think, made the like joke about like, oh, like your wife's fucking the karate instructor kind of thing, which I think that one everyone was like, oh, like, and he's like, come on, like it's a roast, like we're here, like we gotta tell all, like this guy's he's got like the divorce really helped, obviously the material I'd imagine for sure that gave just like an extra, like just like an off the field drama that wasn't like Deflate Gate and just like dumb shit like that, but no, it was fucking hysterical, really good.
Jeff Ross's tuck roll joke was like I think one of the funniest things I heard last night. When he was like Caitlyn Jenner would be here tonight, but she doesn't know the tuck rule.
Yeah, there was a lot.
There was some really good ones, man. Some really
they were pushing the
like Glazer was like one of the like second or third roaster maybe.
I didn't catch any of Glazer. I saw the clips. I didn't catch Glazer.
Standing ovation and 100% deserved.
Yeah.
She was incredible. Bledsoe was sneaky, really good. He was early.
Some of the Patriot guys left before Brady, or maybe I'm wrong. It looked like some of those guys left before Brady's speech.
I don't think
that when they were showing Moss, the top shelf was empty. Maybe that's just me. It looked like they were like
the top shelf was just like Willie McGinnis was on one side.
Matt Light, Nate Solder.
Solder and Light looked like they were gone. I could be wrong.
It
I
was
still have
funny.
an hour
It was
left.
funny seeing some of those guys at the top rack because like they obviously weren't there to like tell jokes. They kind of were just like a part of Brady's crew, and they were the ones that were most like, "Oh my god!" At the beginning, like I don't think they knew what they were like, what everyone else was signing up for. But
you-
yeah, Bledsoe was good. Edelman, I thought was the best like non comedian roaster. Edelman was making like Israel Palestine jokes. Like he was, which he obviously was like the token like Jewish guy in the room, I guess. So he was like, but he went wilder than most of them in terms of like going like pushing the envelope.
Who?
But even like Ron Burgundy did his thing. He was okay. He was like
I didn't see any of that.
He was-
I'm kind of over Will
he
Ferrell.
was beating the Eli Manning thing to death, but no one had said it, so it kind of like played.
Right.
Like he was like you're like everyone like Eli Manning's bitch kind of thing. But then Belichick came out like the Undertaker after him, like came out of the smoke. He like wasn't in the crowd. Everyone thought he wasn't there, and he came out. And Belichick was very good too. He was funny. He made some very funny Alex Guerrero jokes.
Who do you think you were more surprised to see play along, Brady or Belichick, or Kraft? To be honest with you,
I would say
Kraft's an owner, and
Kraft played along like one of the best. The one thing that was funny, they had them do a toast like Kraft and
Yeah.
Belichick, and it is so clear that Belichick still fucking hates him.
Yeah.
does.
Oh,
Hates him.
hates.
Like when they did that, like
he barely-
Kraft was like
yeah.
so down to do it and all like, oh, let's break bread. And
Yeah.
you saw Belichick still was kind of like, yeah, I'm doing this because I kind of like have to, but fuck this guy.
Yeah.
His body language said everything.
But they went in on Belichick. Like a lot of
For
people
sure.
went in on Belichick, and that seems like a guy who like he doesn't want to play along.
He played along great.
Yeah,
Played along-
Edelman's joke
anything
was
other than
fucking
Kraft.
phenomenal to him. Like kids at Foxborough High can make that play, and then how he said like Foxborough High was the only job
He's
he
the
had.
only-
Like that was
yes.
fucking great.
And so who said the one that he was scouting his ex-girlfriend? That was Gronk, probably.
Gronk was not bad either.
Gronk
Gronk was like
yeah.
surprisingly actually like pretty good too.
It was Gronk.
That was, and also Amendola came at Belichick's throat during the hit piece on Apple TV, and like Belichick made that comment, being like the roast of Tom Brady. You could watch the roast of Belichick on
Yeah.
the whatever, but he went after Amendola, and he was like, "Yeah, Danny Amendola, like he had 200 yards in 2014. Wow." And he had 250 in 2016. He goes, and as Randy Moss calls that, first half.
It was good. Belichick was very good.
Yeah, like that-
I loved
I'm
Belichick.
just
He
surprised.
fucking hates Amendola.
I'm surprised he played along.
He
Very
played,
surprised
but
by
everyone
Belichick.
they always talked about that. He always had kind of like that dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
So it
he'll
didn't
be good
surprise
on
me
those
too
shows
much.
now. He'll be good on like the shows.
Manning cast, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, people loved him on the draft too. Like he told some great stories in the draft.
Yeah.
He told like the Randy Moss trade story was really good. So he was good with like the McAfee's thing for the draft. So
Going back to the Amendola thing really quick, it was very funny to see Amendola how he's like on the Dynasty, he was talking with his chest out, and you want to talk about someone squirming when Belichick was going at him, he was like, yes, coach. Like he definitely settled down a little bit. I loved Amendola, but like you could tell that like he had like the little like PTSD, like, oh shit, we're in the film room.
Yeah.
well, it's always fun when I'm sure that you do like a documentary like that where he does like a testimonial thing. You're just in this room with
Yeah,
producers.
exactly.
And then it goes live, and you see the way it's edited or however it comes off, and then now you got to face the guy.
Exactly.
And he's got the mic, and you don't.
What other athletes would this work for? Where like they're coming at your throat, like no hold.
I think there's
like,
one that's like the most.
There's one I think that's obvious, but I don't think he'll ever do it.
Tiger Woods is the most obvious. I think to me is.
I was
like,
gonna say LeBron, just for his long.
LeBron. I think LeBron's way too soft. I don't think Tiger Woods.
That's what
would
I'm
do it
saying.
either,
I don't think LeBron would ever do it.
I think Tiger Woods just
I don't
has.
think he would ever.
Tiger
do it.
Woods has
He's
so
friends
much
with these
baggage.
guys, and then like the minute Kevin Hart makes an off-color joke or whatever, he'd be like, "Oh, you like I thought we were boys." Like he doesn't get it. LeBron doesn't.
I might have said that about Brady though. I would have said Brady
Yeah.
fake to ever. Actually
And I will say this: LeBron's the biggest like coattail. Does something second before while everyone else tries it first. Like I do think he's. I say it all the time. Like he was when The Last Dance came out, he tried to be like Jordan. You know what I mean? He was like, "Oh, I'm doing this," and I was trying to lean into how much he hated his opponents. Like it didn't last because he's inauthentic. But now it worked for Brady. He's got a pass of like, yeah, of course I'll do it. No, of course I was always down. He'll probably lie about it. Be like, I was actually down before Tom actually said he was in, but they just with the timing and playoffs.
And then he'll do the
like,
match.
Yeah, that too. Yeah.
I have a question for you guys because I asked
would
Meek
be
this.
too.
Did you hear the Deflategate joke? So about how Brady at the end was like,
Yes.
they did a $20 million
Yes.
investigation into Deflategate. If you just paid me $20 million, I would have told you that he did it.
Right.
Did you guys? And everyone was saying that it was like him admitting it.
Oh.
I right. It was clearly a joke, right?
Yeah.
it's a roast.
R-
Yes.
right.
Yeah.
Okay, because I said I was like, I know I'm a Homer Patriots fan, but like
No,
I
think
didn't
it's
take that as like an admission. I just thought it was going to be like I'll say I did it for $20 million.
course,
Okay.
yes.
I want to ask you guys. Meek said the same
for
thing.
sure.
Yeah, I think it's
even
time.
I think Tommy tweeted, he like quote tweeted Adam Schefter, literally put it as like a quote card, and he's like, I don't think like these guys their brains are so like
Yes.
like locked in this world they can't even comprehend like it's a joke, guy. Like relax.
Yeah, no.
You're not like breaking news. Like we all watched it. Like act like it was all like Schefter, like reported by Schefter. No dummy, he said it on a mic.
Yeah.
Something like I think anybody would. Yeah, I'd say I did it for $20 million. Like sure.
Right.
It was
yeah.
a joke. It also I thought it was a
Yeah.
very good joke actually too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was funny. Yeah, I believe you. I hate the Patriots more than anybody. It was a roast. You got to give them, if anything, you got to give them a pat on the back for good job, guys. Like you had fun. You made fun of yourselves. That's not easy to do.
Randy Moss is like, why the fuck didn't we cheat when I was there? Like that was
That's
hilarious.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that an admission the Patriots cheated? Obviously not. But like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? If you go down that road. Like,
Yeah.
No, I think this is exactly right. The sports media is so like wired incorrectly to think that everything is serious.
Would Jordan ever do it? There's a lot of material there too.
Yeah,
Oh my God.
Dude, Jordan being
that
like,
could get
you
that
get
could,
like
I think
that
making
could-
dead dad jokes.
I need a Jordan one because so Barkley would unload.
Oh.
Barkley would be so fucking good. He'd be so good as a roaster.
But
He'd be
I'm-
good for LeBron too. He's who like
Yeah.
even when you said LeBron, I was like, oh, I'd love to see Barkley.
LeBron is I think
material.
would make the most sense of just guys who have been captivated. But you I didn't think of Woods. You didn't think of LeBron. I think both are up there.
Woods to me Woods to me is
feel
like the
though-
easiest because he just has so much like the jokes of like the Perkins waitress and like all these like just all the
Yeah.
women would be. It'd almost be like too easy. Like it'd be like just layups for these comedians. But I feel like he would have a hard time.
You know who's definitely going to be in the like top 3 discussion. Travis Kelce.
Yeah,
He will definitely be like if they wanted to replicate this again. Current events, retires, Taylor Swift, like
Yeah, he
they
could do
would
it.
fucking.
I don't know. I don't. I think if they
I
break
disagree with
if
that.
they break up, I think if they get married, you can't really joke about
Right.
somebody's current wife.
Yes.
It's kind of hard. But
They would need to
if
break
they get
up for it
divorced
to work.
or they break up, that would work.
I still think it plays. Yeah, you want to make fun of Taylor
He
Swift, you
doesn't
make
have
fun
a
of the
lot. I mean, you look
relationship.
at Brady though. It's 20 years of being number one. The controversies, the deflated balls, Spygate, winning Super Bowls, losing Super Bowls, like retirements. He's got a lot of like material. Kelce,
I think Kelce has a bunch.
I think Kelsey's more material than you think.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been corny. This dude was doing like dating shows at the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
didn't
Make
know.
fun about
Yeah.
being like I'm just saying.
What does
this thing-
LeBron have? Like he has jumping teams.
LeBron, I think you actually
He's
could do a lot. You can do a
but
lot.
he has like the
with
clean.
LeBron.
He has, if you're saying like he has a clean ass record. If you're,
No,
if
no, no,
you're
but-
giving Travis
but they
Kelce
would
a clean
just come
record,
at
You would
LeBron.
just say like, oh yeah, like they'd be like, oh yeah, like that billionaire athlete has never cheated on his wife, like no doubt. You know what I mean? Like they do like they'd play into that and they do some.
oh yeah, now we're making up beefs and rap.
That's what I'm saying. Like this is what they do. This
No,
is what
I know.
they do in beef.
There was
First Kendrick, now LeBron.
You start planting seeds.
there was someone last night said, you notice how LeBron hasn't commented on Drake Kendrick beef. He's probably like reading the first 2 pages of 30 different books.
yeah, I don't know. I think it was good for Brady. I think it was good. I think the winners coming out of this, obviously Brady showing a human side of it, but more so Belichick.
Belichick looked
I didn't
great.
expect Belichick to come out of this
I
smelling
think-
like
I think
roses.
he's
He
starting
definitely
to-
did.
He's playing the media game. I mean, I don't would Belichick have done this if he was still the coach of the New England Patriots?
Oh, absolutely.
No. I
That's
don't think
business
so.
though.
Yeah, it's different
I mean, yeah, that's so different.
because it's just different. Then he shows his guards down. He can't. he
Yeah.
can't
So
do
then you wonder, all right, so if that is true,
I think
and
he
I
would've-
agree with you guys, will he ever coach again?
Yes.
I don't know.
If he wants
Once
to,
he gets the guard down, can he put it back up again?
if he wants to, he will.
Yeah.
Somebody will
Like
get,
if he wants a
of bad
job next year,
coaches.
a head job, I think he got one.
So I think you're right to some extent, but to push back, like he wanted one this year and didn't get one.
I mean, they're gonna get.
There were a lot of openings.
Somebody's gonna get fired mid-season this year.
Yeah. A couple people probably
And then
will.
5 or 6 are gonna get fired on black.
The only reason I would just my counter to that would be like Vrabel was same spot. I think Vrabel, like a lot of teams would want Vrabel. I think.
agree.
I think so. I don't think Belichick was going to just go to like anywhere that
I agree with you.
that would have offered him. I think he wanted distinct.
Had to be in a specific spot.
That was big of
The
you.
right place.
I appreciate that, Clemmer.
What's that?
Yeah, I appreciated that.
Yeah.
No, I really did. And can I ask you one more person coming on the athletes? Aaron Rodgers would be great.
Rodgers would be good.
I don't know if he would. He would be great.
I think Rodgers might eventually do it.
He'd be so fun to
He'd be really good. Rogers would be very good roast.
The alt-right jokes, the ayahuasca jokes, like he has some, and his joke, like the things you could curate off of that are very funny.
Yeah.
And also one thing before we get off, I just need to say, Ben Affleck was so bad.
I watched that live. I was like,
Every moment it passed, I just could not wait till it was over.
It was too bad. He's a funny guy too.
No, I'm a huge fan of his actor.
I don't think he wrote. I don't think
roast, he was horrific.
I don't think he took the writing. I think he wrote it. I think that maybe was the problem. Maybe he took no help.
I mean,
he could do it.
It sure didn't sound like he took any help.
He's literally won an Oscar for being a great writer. So and he's very funny off the cuff. He's done Red Sox games play by play before, quickly coming in, made fun of the guys. He's very funny, but he's also. I don't know. Sometimes he just completely loses his way.
I mean,
like that.
He made Kim K look like she was like Dave Chappelle. He was. I thought it was they were the two worst, and there was a massive gap. He was awful.
He gave me coked out vibes.
Yeah, kind of. A lot of people were saying that.
He gave me coked out vibes.
A lot of people were saying that.
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of people were speculating.
I hope not. He's got.
That's why I hate to say just vibes.
Yeah.
Kevin Hart was very funny when he was saying that. Can we all acknowledge that Gronk is on something more than alcohol tonight? And then he said Randy Moss gave him a look like, I'm going home. Like, this guy is fucking liability. It's very, I saw Kevin, I always liked Kevin Hart. I saw Kevin Hart in college, at our college. The fucking student activities lady got him right before he blew up. It was fucking insane. It's like seeing where he is now. It's crazy.
That's crazy.
I just like seeing him in that setting last night because I feel like we said at the beginning, I feel like he went more mainstream and a little safer with the movies he made and stuff.
Yeah.
It was nice seeing him back in his bag basically because he was hilarious and was really talking that shit and he was great.
Yeah,
Would you ever get roasted, Bosco?
What? No.
Would you ever do a roast?
Would I do a roast?
Like
Oh,
you get
did I
you
ever
get
roasted?
the
I get
roast
roasted every day.
The roast of Rico Bosco with Barstool employees, some comedians.
I mean, I wouldn't be the first. I think
Oh, you'd be the LeBron.
no, I think there's people way more important that should go. I mean, the obvious answer is Dave.
I get what you're saying. I'm just asking if you'd ever do it. Could we put you in contention?
I think I'd be down the list, but yeah.
If we could put you to the flash pass to the front, can we get you there? I'm asking, would you do it?
I don't think a person like me should be the first one to go.
It'd
but
be
yeah,
great
I would
for
do
healthy
it.
debate.
I would do
Just
it.
bring in every employee just to roast you and put on that channel.
There you go. Sounds like Phil's got some material.
I'm an ideas guy. I'm giving you ideas.
I got it. Well, I would be willing to do it. I think Dave is the obvious choice.
Phil's gonna come in dressed as somebody else and just fucking roast you one day now.
I know.
Get the red
I think
wig.
the star power you get with Dave, the just longevity.
Oh my god.
I think it would make sense.
100%.
But then who's number 2?
I mean, Dan. I think it's
it's
kind of just how it. Yeah,
I was gonna say even Kevin's got a lot of
for sure.
I think you're in the top 5.
too. Yeah.
I think you're in the top 5. I think it could be good PR for you, honestly. I think people do it as a PR thing. I think it shows Bosco back, officially, changed man. And people have a lot of material on you for just stuff throughout the years. Do you want me to? No, I don't. We only have a half hour.
I know. I think there's a lot of people. I would worry about bombing at the end when you finally get to say what you want.
What, you're afraid to be Ben Affleck writing your own stuff?
Yeah, it'd be I'd be like, uh-oh. He just took 3 hours of beating and now he didn't return a single punch. That's pretty bad. So maybe we'll have to hire some ghostwriters.
I'd be bad at it in your defense. I'd be bad at the closing because I wouldn't know how hard people would go at me, and it's kind of like the slap thing when someone's slap me in the face, and the first person does it too hard, so you do it a little bit harder. You don't know how to judge it. That's kind of like when you're writing for the end. You don't know how hard they're going to come at you, so you don't know how hard you're.
Yeah, a little bit of the alleviation would be that they make fun of the other people up there.
Well, that's what it is. I think when you're the last guy, you kind of poke at everyone a little bit.
Yeah.
You gotta one for
Glazer was taking shots at other people while older.
Pretty much everyone did. Schultz did. Schultz
everybody takes shots at everything.
Tony Hinchcliffe did it. The all hell nah. That was the joke of the night. I thought.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that one.
It was with
funny.
the girl Sam J because she's black and lesbian and she was she doesn't eat pussy. She all hell naws it. It was so fucking funny. His delivery is obviously much better than I just gave it justice, but it was fucking hilarious.
I saw his mashup of Brady jokes, but I didn't see that one.
Gronk, you could say pound for pound, when you're just going joke by joke. Gronk might have eaten more jokes than Brady. Like, obviously not, but like
Yeah.
he really like every single person. It was like, and Gronk.
Yeah, Gronk.
The dumb jokes are just easy. Dumb jokes are very easy.
I don't know. My favorite dumb one that was just like, thank you, Gronk, for being here and taking time away from like writing your Christmas.
Letters to
Yeah,
Santa.
that was so.
that
funny.
was Tony Hinchcliffe, I'm pretty sure, too.
Yeah, it was.
I thought he was the best.
Yeah, he was
like
the
without
best.
question
Very
the best.
good.
And then Glazer was next.
Yeah, it was good. I think there's an opportunity now for a couple different athletes, but you don't want to run it back right away. You want to make sure it's the right guy. I think it's a very short list of Jordan, Tiger, and LeBron.
I think
Baseball's got nobody.
I think the way
Hockey, I feel like they could do this in their own locker rooms that we would laugh our asses off, but hockey doesn't have a prevalent guy.
no, they don't have anyone that's like mainstream as like
Could you do
Brady or like
Gretzky?
LeBron.
No, not
It's too-
really.
yeah. I don't even know. There's got to be dirt on Gretzky that I'm not aware of.
I mean,
but
he stuff with his wife's a famous actress, or used to be, not famous actress, but it was an actress. His daughter's always involved in shit.
well, yeah, she's Dustin Johnson's husband.
Yeah.
I would say with LeBron would be great, but I think
I think it's got to be a current guy.
the timing of this Brady one was like perfect. Like waiting like a couple years after he retired, you're like out of the lens and then throw you back
Perfect
in.
time. It's the
I
perfect.
think if you did it with LeBron, you have to do something simple. Like whenever he retires, give him like 3-4 years
Yep.
of like hopefully he's kind of like out of the limelight or some, compared to what he is now, just playing all the time and stuff. Give LeBron like 3-4 years after retirement, I think it would hit magnificently.
Yeah.
I agree.
Get like if you could able to get like Jordan to roast him, or like even if Jordan just came out for like a second, like just gave like a quick like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Like if he just came out like almost out, Belichick did like a longer set, but I'm saying if he came out like the Undertaker, like Belichick did, and just did like just like kind of like you're not me, bitch, like kind of jokes, like they would play perfectly.
I don't know. I think Jordan.
Barkley, like Bird, some of the guys that even played with him, like even if you got like imagine hearing like a Steph like give some like off color jokes would be like very funny.
Jordan has a sense of humor, I feel like.
Yeah, I think he would. I think he would potentially do it.
The gambling jokes and the dad jokes.
Oh, I would say more for like if
That's
he
why I
roasted
think he
LeBron
might
for
draw
that
the
too.
line. Because if you do notice, I mean, Jordan does. He had final edit on The Last Dance. Like he had the creativity. That's why he never talked about the gambling.
Yeah, it was all propaganda.
Yeah.
Same with
So
Jeter.
you wonder,
Same with Jeter.
Agreed. So you wonder if Jordan would fully be like, wait, it's no holds. Like they could say whatever they want. I
Even
think maybe he backs out.
even Brady got like mad about the Kraft joke.
Yeah, that was interesting that he got mad.
weird. I
right
thought that was
away.
weird.
'Cause Ross went up fairly early, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, he was going to be like third, like fourth,
Yeah.
like something like that, fourth on the.
I respect it, and obviously
I
I'm
don't.
going to.
It's lame.
You do not bite the hand that feeds you.
But they did, and he was fine with like Kraft. Kraft was like good with it.
Yeah, no, but then I think like Brady became cool with it once he saw like, Kraft was cool with it. But I think he was just showing like I got Kraft's back.
Yeah, it was so weird in watching it real time. I was like, wait, is he like? I thought he was like fucking with Jeff Ross almost. Like I thought he was like playing that, but then I was like, I think he's serious.
I thought we were gonna.
I
have
didn't
a-
know what to think.
I thought we were gonna have a Will Smith moment
Slap
for a
Jeff
second.
Ross.
For a second.
That would have been the
Wild.
worst thing Brady could have done.
Yes.
Brady would have like such a loser if he did that. He would have like a mental midget.
Also,
for
just
such a mentally tough guy in the field,
Yeah.
he'd be like, what a pussy.
when-
But thank God he didn't do that, so it's all good. But
the karate coach eating your wife's ass.
dude, the Nikki Glazer,
Oh
he
my
was like he
God.
literally could beat you up and eat it, like eat your wife's
Kick
pussy
your
at
ass
the same
and
time.
eat your wife's ass. Yeah.
He's
Oh
wife's ass
my
at the same
God.
time. That
Like,
was
how do you
great.
just sit there and just take that?
It's just fun.
No, no,
like,
I
you gotta-
no, I know.
You signed up for it. It's a roast. Like
No, I know, but I'm just saying, like, it's like you're just like 2 feet away from someone. You're like, holy fuck, and you got like I got 2.5 more hours of this shit.
But also, even like Kevin Hart at the beginning, he was like Tom been fucking, like he's been fucking, and then even Belichick said like he was like, oh, his girl was like what did he say like about Giselle or his girlfriend? He's like his girlfriend or like also like Leonardo DiCaprio's like ex or something. He made like a joke about that, like Leo fucking like either Giselle or like one of his exes or something, or like one of the girls he's been fucking or something. That was funny.
It was a good roast. I mean, it's good to see comedy back with the brake pads off too as well.
America needed that.
Yeah. You know, everything's kind of been censored, so you don't get that anymore. It's why comedies aren't made, but it is what it is. That's a whole other conversation. So yeah, I think it would be good. I'd like to see LeBron, I'd like to see Jordan, I'd like to see Tiger. LeBron would also be terrible on his returns, I feel like. I feel like the
Yeah,
end he would
maybe.
bomb back, but it is what it is. The Derby. I know it's not like a massive once it's kind of out of your mind, you forget about it, but that finish was lights out.
Crazy.
Crazy.
When you say photo finish, like that was
Literal.
Even a photo was hard to tell. It was so close.
Literal photo finish.
You had to like dissect that fucking photo.
Yeah. And then shout out to Brad on I'm sorry, not Randy Moss on Pardon My Take had the wet track. Said Mystic Dan, if this thing's gonna be a wet track, that's where you lean.
That's what Randy Moss said?
That's what Randy Moss
Wow,
said.
how about that?
Yeah. Dan had it.
Oh, did he?
This Dan had it because he was late. He just saw Mystic Dan, so Dan had it.
Oh, wow.
Big Cat didn't bet it. He said if he did, it would have finished last. He wants everyone to thank him.
Danny Boy Kane had it.
Danny Boy Kane had it. I saw Dave and Elio went berserk for the first day at the Oaks. They were hitting $100,000 boxes like it was fucking nothing.
West Saratoga didn't win.
No, West Saratoga.
But West Saratoga's odds. Did you see that jump?
Yeah. You think Grandma had some action?
I think Grandma moved the line.
She might have.
She
had good intel.
I did. I was for a while. I was like, "Holy shit, Grandma's gonna win."
Crazy. But Dave, the run Dave was on that, you were like, here we go again.
Yeah, right.
Like $100,000 boxes, 20. They're betting the wrong horse, and then they're
The wrong horse.
It was just a scene. It was an absolute scene. Elio's the best. It was great. I think they didn't end up horrifically bad. I know he put a lot on the favorite.
Oh,
I think
fierceness.
Yeah, they were up so much. I don't know really where they ended. Maybe down a little. I don't really know. But wild run. But the big bet Dave did make in the middle of all this was $100,000 on the Timberwolves to win the series.
Up 1-0.
Now take a 1-0 lead. So I guess we could get into that one. That's game. We got the Knicks tonight. Obviously, we've been talking a lot of Knicks. But in terms of that series, on the Nuggets, where do you put the Nuggets in terms of panic?
Panic would be a
panic.
strong.
Well, I'm just.
I'd say on the scale.
If they lose tonight,
Listen. If they lose tonight, you're definitely like you lose 2-0 at home. You're starting the panic meter's like it's out of the desk and it's sitting on your table.
Oh yeah.
I would say panic meter after losing one game is like a 2, but I'd say if they lose tonight, it's like a 6 or 7.
Oh yeah.
You're not panicked. You're concerned.
Yeah, because if they win tonight, you're like you feel fine. You're like, all right, we go there. We at least go 1. If we win tonight, and then you go 1-1 in Minnesota, and it's 2-2, and you still got a home court for like basically a 3-game series, you feel fine with that. I mean, I think they right the ship tonight. But I mean, Anthony Edwards was unfucking believable in that first game.
Are we getting ahead of ourselves comparing him to Jordan?
I mean, listen, compared to Jordan, like
We're getting a little ahead of ourselves.
I don't even like take that serious. Like, just throw that out. Like, I don't even like let that really process in my brain. But I said it before the series, and I think it still holds true. And I think it's even he was step 1 of doing it. If they win this series, people will just like crown him as the best player in the NBA. Whether that's right or wrong, I'm just saying that's the way like public narrative works. And if you go have a big series and you basically you're the guy that beats the guy, and right now I think Jokic is that guy.
Yep.
You go if they go beat them, I think they would be like Anthony Edwards would be crowned the best player in the NBA by like the public, if you will. And I'm not sure if they'd be totally wrong. I think he's at least like in that would put himself like in that discussion.
But they love
fair.
They love changing the guard.
That's my point. That's my point.
For how many years did we hear the next Jordan, mini Jordan, baby Jordan, Isaiah?
Harold Miner was the baby Jordan.
Oh, I was gonna say Harold Miner. I was gonna say Isaiah Ryder.
Yeah, he had some.
Maybe I'm mixing up.
Harold Miner was baby Jordan.
Harold Miner was baby Jordan.
Eric
I mixed.
Bledsoe's
All right, so I
mini
mixed him up.
LeBron.
Harold Miner did a dunk contest, and so
Yes.
did Isaiah Ryder. I'm mixing the two of them up. Yeah, Harold Miner, baby Jordan. Like you can't find.
Just.
Good luck finding his stats anywhere.
And this is back before Jordan. I don't think Jordan might have only had 1 ring at that time, and they were already calling someone baby Jordan.
It's crazy. And then LeBron obviously comes. Kobe before him.
Yep.
And then it's from there. Who's the next Kobe? Who's the next LeBron? It's always 13. You see the headlines: 13-year-old this, 13-year-old that, 8-year-old female.
And before that, I remember before Jordan, it was who's the next Bird Magic.
Right. So everybody wants to put that on. So I do think we're in a spot where they love passing the torch. So if Anthony Edwards wins this, they would love to take that away from Jokic. Not that Jokic even has the undisputed title right now.
I think he does right the second.
He has an undisputed.
I think so. As the current like best player in the NBA.
I think
Yeah.
so, right?
I think so. I think he deserves it.
It's been short-lived that he's held that crown though.
But a lot of it is for a lot of like sometimes you only have
Yeah.
I mean, he's been one of the elite players for a while, but I think he has like a 2 to 3 year run as like the best player, and then like last year he like solidified. I think last year he made it like undisputed. Like he was clearly like the best player in the
Walked away with the
NBA.
belt.
He was the best player in the playoffs. He just ran through everybody in the playoffs. Was dominant.
Got his title.
every game.
Sometimes you have a short window, like Isaiah Thomas. Like Bird and Magic were trying to get old. Jordan hadn't yet become Jordan. And there was a 2-year period where Isaiah Thomas, you could make a case, was like, if not the best, one of the best players in basketball. And then Jordan took over.
How many do you think we've seen in the last 15 years?
As like the best player in the NBA.
Yeah.
I mean, you'd be like Kobe, LeBron. Like there was the debate forever. It was like Kobe versus LeBron. Then I would say then it was like LeBron, KD, and like mixed with like LeBron, Steph in there kind of as well.
Yeah, I think
I would say there's arguments for like the
4 or 5.
the 3 of them, and then Jokic kind of, and then Giannis for like that year.
Yep.
I also think
had, like
Kawhi.
that run, and then Kawhi was like,
had
up there, but I don't know.
Kawhi
if he,
had 1 year.
I don't know if he ever, because even when he won it with the Raptors, it took like 3 big injuries to the Warriors.
Kawhi,
which I'm not like discrediting him, but I think he was definitely like a top 5. I don't know if he was really ever like.
That's
crowned as,
revisionist.
like, the best player.
I will go to the grave that there was one summer where there's a legitimate argument who, like, you'd rather have Kawhi over everybody in the NBA, and that was right before he went to the Clippers. And it was Giannis or him.
when he won the
Yeah, but it was
championship.
it was him or Giannis. And the only reason that argument didn't really take off completely was because of the injuries, obviously. But like people really did think Kawhi.
It was a dumb argument, but it did exist.
It did. I'm not
Sure.
making it up.
He was in the debate. Sure, he
It was
in
a
the
dumb
debate.
argument, but it existed.
Yeah, I would say Giannis like had it that like when he won that championship it was like, oh, he's the guy.
Yeah.
And then Jokic is kind of like taking over next. I would
You think
say.
Embiid ever seriously? Do you think he's ever been really considered the best player in the NBA?
No.
He has the MVP.
They were kind of neck and neck with Jokic-ish, but
I know.
like,
I agree.
not
with you.
really though.
No.
He's the only MVP in NBA history to not make a conference finals.
Who's he saying this? Luka?
No, Embiid.
Oh, Embiid. No, I don't think he
Doncic
ever
just
held
made
the
a conference
crown.
finals. He did last year.
Yeah, my bad. I don't think he ever held the crown.
To KD.
No.
KD was like in the discussion though for a second.
Yeah, he's in the argument, but it's
He was like 1-2 for like
it
a
was
decent amount
LeBron
of
for a
time.
very long time.
Long
Yeah, like
period
even
of time.
Steph,
And then Curry. And then Curry took it from LeBron.
for sure.
So Steph did take it from LeBron.
I think there was a point Curry. Yeah, he was like the guy.
But a
was
guy
there-
like Kawhi, do you think that counts? How long did he hold it? You think he held it a full year?
6
I
months.
don't think Kawhi ever held it.
Oh, I never
really.
had it.
6 months doesn't count.
No.
I think
He was like right there. He was like right on the cusp.
I almost
He
think
was
you
in
have
the
to
discussion.
hold it for 2. I think you have to establish it, and then I think you have to hold it for that next year, and then it's like, all right, that's just
You really, but here's the thing about Steph that like I agree with you guys, but just devil's advocate. Would you guys back then? Would you be like, I'd still rather have Steph over LeBron?
I think there was a point in time when it was like there was an argument to be made. I mean, I understand like just the well-roundedness of LeBron. Like I get that like that argument, but
Steph
I do
changed
think
the
Steph kind of like he definitely had a moment that I think he was like the best.
I'd still rather take LeBron in the years that he was the best, but yeah, I do.
Oh, I agree. That's a different
I
argument.
do agree that like, yeah, I do agree that he should get his shine as being like the best player.
Yeah,
Even though I probably don't even agree with it. Like it's just like such a weird dichotomy that's going on in my head.
It's just weird because he was like the best player. Even like what you could make the Durant thing. Like people argue like when Durant was there, he was like the best player when they were kind of like a 1A 1B. But I mean, he won one as the best player before him, and then won one as the best player after him. So I think he kind of was like. I mean, Steph, I think definitely was like there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, without question. Yeah, I don't argue that at all.
Derrick Rose.
No.
Had a chance. If he didn't get hurt, he had a chance to be there. That was like his year that he maybe could have been, but
MVPs.
RIP his ACLs, unfortunately.
Yeah.
He had a chance. He definitely had a
Yeah,
chance.
He would have been. I mean, I don't know if you ever. He never would have been better than LeBron.
No, but I'm saying I think he had an opportunity to have like a
Be in that
potentially a
argument.
window to be like in the discussion.
I agree with that.
Like when he tore his ACL, they were a 1 seed. He was MVP.
Yeah.
Like they were in a
Yeah.
position
He
to
was
be
still
that.
very young.
He was
Still
on
in the
he was
prime,
on a
yeah.
trajectory like to be that.
While LeBron was blowing up.
And I would say
like-
even more than a trajectory, he was like about to like I think potentially take that leap in it.
That was when LeBron was getting in his groove in terms of the NBA. It was, what, 5th year? It was about 08?
Yeah.
08, 09-ish. All right, so which way – is anybody playing anything in terms of Nuggets, Timberwolves?
I'm not. I'm too scared.
I like
Timberwolves
Denver.
don't lose in the playoffs so far this year.
I like Denver tonight. I think they bounce back.
I took them game.
I think
one.
we're I
It's
just
a tall task for a team like the Timberwolves to go into Denver and be up 2-0.
because even they
Now, they might not cover. I
jumped
could be
on
wrong,
them.
but I don't know. I think
spread's 5.5.
Yeah.
it's 6 points in the NBA. It's not like it's a possession, and then you need a giveaway bucket, and then you need to stop, and you need the fouls at the end.
I have an advanced stat
Barely.
for you guys on this series.
They also don't. They never foul at the end.
The
so it's like-
Timberwolves are undefeated in the playoffs since the Vikings drafted J.J. McCarthy. He brought a winning culture to Minnesota.
The Timberwolves are undefeated in the
go.
playoffs. Period. I mean, it is.
That's Meek's Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. You have to put the twist in there.
Right. Of course.
Not just undefeated
Very
in the playoffs.
important. Yeah. No, I
Both can be true.
don't know. I'm staying away from this game. I got burned in game 1.
I think I like Denver.
I like Denver. I think they, because
It
even
could still be a close game, and they just pull away at the end. I mean,
the Timberwolves
I just don't-
jumped on them too. Absolutely jumped on them. Denver made a big comeback. Like the game was close.
defending champions going down 2-0 in their own building.
Listen, I mean, if Timberwolves they pull it off tonight, God bless them. But
Conference semis, not even the conference finals. Conference semis.
I mean, I think the winner of this series is going to be in the finals.
Yeah.
I really think the winner of this series is honestly I think is going to win the
whole
he's going to
thing.
win the whole thing.
Really?
I really do. I think
case, yeah.
I just think these two teams are like I don't know. The Celtics to me are obviously phenomenal. I just don't know if they're physical enough to hang with these teams, especially Minnesota. Minnesota is physical as hell. Great perimeter defenders. I think they match up well with a team like the Celtics. They have the perimeter defense and like the interior defense to defend pretty much anybody. I mean, what they did even game 1, I thought was like just very impressive. Like the jumping from the Suns to the Nuggets is a massive team.
Huge.
upgrade.
Yeah.
Huge jump up. Like we talk about.
to go-
Don't need to keep beating the Suns, but they're just not good.
To go to
Denver's
the
legit.
defending champions' home and beat them, that's quite a.
If they got up 2-0, man, Jesus Christ.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's when it's panic. That's like.
But now, yeah, I do think Denver responds tonight. I think they win. It's also a thing with the stock right now in Minnesota just like couldn't be higher. From like a betting perspective, like they're just like I think they're through the roof right now. I like Denver.
Knicks Pacers. We'll be streaming it tonight. This is obviously the closest hometown. It's talking to Gaz. Gaz is like, of course, playing up the shtick, but he's like, yeah, this is every year for us. Because I was like, oh, it's like spring of '94. You're going Rangers Sunday, Knicks Monday, Rangers Tuesday, Knicks Wednesday, and then I don't know what happens Thursday, Friday. But
We're Thursday. Knicks play Thursday.
no, Knicks play
Friday.
Friday.
Next
Are they
play
Friday? Oh, that's right. Friday,
Whenever-
Sunday.
I don't know
That's
if the
right,
Rangers
Friday,
get
Sunday.
2 days off, but the Rangers could potentially again be Thursday. So now you're going every night, every week, 2 different sports. And he's like, I was like, yeah, spring of '94. He was like, yeah, this is like another fucking Tuesday for us. You know what I mean? Like the Boston's used to it, but it is a hell of a run to have the Garden popping. It's been a long time since it's been going like this, especially the Knicks.
Yeah,
The Rangers have made runs to a cup. The Rangers have been around, but like the Knicks, them rotating that court every night is great for the Knicks because you see it dominate the headline. So Knicks are laying 5.5,
Six.
tonight.
6.
It's up to 6.
Yeah.
All right. We've been pretty good getting close to the parlays in terms of the game. What's your overall thought in terms of the game? I'll go with you, Clement, first.
I put money on the Pacers because I like the odds there. I'm not saying I'm very confident the Pacers are going to win. I just like the value there. I think this could be a closer series than people say. I'm staying away from this game too. Kind of curious to see how the tone is set here. I think this is going to be a closer series than people say, but I'm curious to see how the Knicks respond to that win in Philadelphia. I'm more curious to see how the Knicks respond than how the Pacers respond. If that makes any sense.
I don't think the Knicks are riding too high off of that win in Philly. I think the Knicks fans are riding too high. I don't think the players are riding too high.
No, they're locked in.
Yes.
I think they're in.
I don't think you're getting a dud. I could be wrong. I mean, we haven't had great first quarters against Philly, but Philly is a tough team. If we have a dud first quarter, I don't think it's an element of you think who the fuck you are, you're celebrating that win. I just think the ball's not going to the basket, if that makes sense.
It does.
I do not think that they're going to come in thinking overlooking the Pacers, especially with all the history of the series. Like I'm sure people are asking if old time beat reporters are probably asking, oh, do you know the history of these two franchises, like bad blood, and they've been around, especially even going back to the second chapter of 2013. I'm not even talking 90s. Obviously wrote that script, but then 2013 with the Hibbert block and everything there. So I don't think they're overlooking it. I think if they come out as a dud in the first quarter, it's just because the ball's not going to the basket.
Yeah, no.
They are not riding too high off a Philly win. The fans are, but I don't think they are.
No, for sure not. My only concern early would just be it's just such a different it's such a different matchup. Like they just Pace plays such a different style than the Sixers. But it's kind of where I go back and forth on like how I'm just very curious how Thibodeau is going to approach it from like a game plan perspective because the Pacers play so fast pace, but you weirdly can kind of like beat them playing fast pace. Like they can give up a lot of easy baskets.
The Pacers play terrible defense.
That's what I'm saying. Like they don't get back on defense. They give up a lot of easy baskets in transition. But I also feel like on the contrary to that, they want to get the Knicks in like a run and gun style. That's what the Pacers would sign up for. So I wonder like how Thibodeau's going to approach it. If he wants to try to like basically beat them in their weaknesses, or if he wants to just like play our game and play a little slower and do what we do. So it's not like doesn't cater to the style that they want to play.
What do the Knicks fans think? Phil, you're a big Knicks fan, and you said you're going to be up Vib's ass all series.
I'll be up Vibs' ass.
Okay.
He'll be up
Doubt
my
it.
ass.
Prove it.
Hey,
And how do you think this game's going to go? The series is going
The
to go.
series, my prediction is Knicks in 6, just
Okay.
because we have a stat. We haven't won a series at home since 99, 2000.
99.
There we go.
Think.
Well, it's definitely around that range because we could have did that on Tuesday and then we choked that. But I think this first game will tell you a lot, like what Ev said. If we play at our pace, I think we'll dominate in the series. If we play at the Pacers' pace, I think the Pacers will kind of just run us out just because our rotation's down to 7 guys. I think Game 1 will also tell you, will we see Alec Burks or Precious Achiuwa be added into our rotation? Will we go to 8 guys? I don't know. That's a Tibbs decision.
Yeah, Bogdanovich going down really hurts.
I was
for
saying
this
that-
series, I don't think so. Just because I think he'd be hunted a lot on defense.
That's what I was saying. I was worried. I think with Bogdanovich being out, because I think this would have been a series that would have catered to him more, playing wise. I wonder if they will feel they need to go to Burks for like 8-10 minutes a game, maybe just to kind of spell some of these guys.
Also,
especially if it's playing a faster pace.
Duke's brought up our regular season games, which I think are kind of meaningless to point out, just because one of those was right after the OG trade, where we played with a short bench.
December 30th.
Yeah. Another one, I think Jericho Sims and Taj Gibson were our centers for that game.
Yeah.
Like, these games, you just throw them out. I don't think OG played in any of them.
Was Pascal Siakam in them?
Yes.
I think he was in 2 of them.
I mean, they are.
I'm just saying, isn't it? But would you
The
say that they
pace-
played at their pace in these games?
The pace faces, favors the Pacers in those games. We
I
don't
just-
want to be playing games in the 110s.
I just don't think you can put any stock in those
120s.
games just because the Knicks did not have... They played Taj Gibson in those games.
Obi Toppin over 9.5 points.
The over/under for the game is 217.5. So that tells me not quite the Pacers' pace, but pretty close.
Well, they're going to play. I think it's. I mean, just
Yeah,
naturally,
definitely more.
Us and the Sixers just naturally
So
going
is
to play
them.
like a rock fights pace, and the totals were in the low 200s the whole series. This is just with the Pacers are just going to play like they are going to go faster than the Sixers. So I always thought the total would be significantly higher. I don't. Anyway, I mean, even the game. I mean, Game 7 was against Sixers was 118 to 115.
It was
Are
game
you-
6.
So
Are
it's
you
not.
feeling
Actually,
confident
that's last game. Yeah.
Are you feeling confident?
Yeah, like I agree. I think like Knicks in 5 or 6. Like I do. I'm not gonna say the Pacers like don't get a game.
I think
they get 1 or 2.
I think it's 7, just based on short rotation, guys banged up. They play at a completely different pace. We haven't seen the Knicks in a blowout game yet in the playoffs. I think nobody is nobody can avoid the blowout. I do see one way or the other there's a blowout. Whether it's us winning or us losing, it's going to happen in this series. I just think there is a blowout game. There's no way. It would be great entertaining streams, great entertaining television. I just think in the playoffs you do see eventually you just see that weird blowout.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I think it's
yeah, I mean,
one way
it's-
or the other. So if it's us losing, maybe we take the first 2 and just get smashed in 3, coming back, like then you lose the gas on the tank, or it's one way or the other. I see a blowout. So I do think they're going to take games. I think it's a long series. We have no rotation deep in terms of that bench. I think they want to get out and run.
That
I
is
could
a
see
good
it-
point.
I could see it being a long series. The other thing is too, I don't know, can they get Brunson? What happens if Brunson gets in foul trouble? Now he hasn't, knock on wood. But like, what happens if Brunson gets in foul trouble?
Well, Bosco, this is the part of the series that's different than the Sixers, whereas our centers probably aren't going to get in foul trouble that much because we're not going up against Embiid who
Yeah.
shoots 20 free throws a game.
Yeah.
The Pacers don't get to the free throw line that often.
Okay. So as long
Like,
as he can stay away from getting in foul trouble, because if Brunson gets in foul trouble, he's been logging insane minutes.
Yeah, I mean,
He's the heart
that
and soul of
hasn't.
this team.
Listen,
Like,
knock on wood, that just hasn't really been a thing
Right.
for him. Pretty much all. I mean, really all year.
yeah, but
Halliburton averages like
in
3
case.
free throws a game. Like he's not a guy that's out here drawing fouls.
I think Miles Turner gets like 4 times a
just
game.
in case.
Yeah, and I would say he plays from the perimeter a lot. I agree. Me
Gotta check the
and
boxes.
Meek talked about it a lot when we were in North Dakota. Like I just don't agree with him. Like Hartenstein and Mitchell Roberts, I don't see getting in the foul trouble that they were with Embiid.
It is interesting because when you talk about styles of play, I think it favors the Knicks. Like I think that like this is a matchup that favors the Knicks. But then in my head, I'm like, okay, I know it's not an issue, but if it is an issue, like the bench minutes, the Pacers are just so deep that even like no matter like if one guy doesn't have it going, like they can look at their bench to like kind of be like, all right, can you pick us up and like can you get to give us the minutes tonight? So it is an interesting series from that perspective. That's why I don't know who wins. I think it just goes deep.
Yeah, O'Connell and Obi have been awesome.
In
In that closing game, they were incredible.
We're talking about Brady and Obi in an
McConnell,
hour is
McConnell.
exactly what I'd like to talk about. But like seriously, Obi's defense has gotten like so much better, and
he's got.
he's
got
a
an
New
axe to
York kid.
grind.
He's a New York kid. He feels wronged by the Knicks. I seriously think that like he will show up in a game at MSG.
Yeah, the Knicks know that as well, but yeah, it doesn't mean he doesn't have an axe to grind for sure.
A hell of a chip
Right.
on his shoulder in this series, 100%.
100%. So yeah, I think it's gonna be a long one. Obviously, cook something up tonight in terms of a same game, but
Nothing. They're just the stumble into the words. It sounded funny. Why can't I laugh at that?
same game. But I'll cook something up with the Knicks. Obviously, the threes. I'll probably be back on Hartenstein's points. I mean, he crushed the last one. I missed the 1-3. I don't know. I like rooting for that guy. Give me a little floater in the lane.
I have a question for Clemmer. Clemmer, will you be up Jeff D. Lowe's and Ohio State's ass in this upcoming series?
I don't think that's necessary. Those guys aren't talking a lot. I should think they know that they're, it's kind of a funeral march for them a little bit. And
we should talk about that. Sorry.
yeah, I mean,
What the fuck happened to the Magic?
I mean, it was nobody won a game.
only one player stood up.
Yeah, I mean, it was really
Yeah, too.
Paolo Banchero, his back is sore.
Yeah, he's
'Cause, I mean,
5-on-1.
Franz Wagner just literally left their whole
Yes.
tean to die.
Second half was pathetic.
What was he, one for like it was something crazy.
I think
Like
like
one for
one
like
for
15.
ferocious.
Some one for 16, something like or 12, I don't know. He was awful. And Paolo had 38 and 16.
They had this. I was like, you know what? I don't really have a side in this one. I looked at it. I was like, I like the way the Magic been playing. I think it was like over 48.5 in the first half, over 47 in the first half, cooked up with the Pirates. So the Pirates go down early, then the Pirates take the lead. All three in a parlay, like plus 504. The Magic crushed the first half.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, good. I'm in a great spot here. You just got to get basically to 100, 102. I'll be okay. 20. At one point, like in the third quarter, 6 minutes in or something like that, they had 25 combined points. They had 15 points in the third quarter.
Yeah,
And they still got close. They totaled it out to 26 and 15, 41. I would have been okay if they didn't just completely bomb the third quarter. I needed like 8 points.
Yeah, I mean, they were
points in a quarter is high school. That's not fucking.
They were up 18 in the first half, and they just even like when the Cavs closed the gap, where I think they were only down like 10 at half.
Crazy.
That was when I was kicking myself because in my head I was like the Cavs going to make this a game, and then it was like obviously you look up like 20 minutes later they're just winning.
So the Celtics are obviously going to win the series. I'm sure we all agree on that.
Yeah.
I'm sure we also agree there's no way the series even goes 6 games.
I'd be shocked if it went more than 5.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Shocked.
There is like one caveat, like how much does Porzingis being out hurt the Celtics? That they should win this series in 4 or 5
Against the
games.
Cavaliers, it doesn't matter at all.
And they should win this in 4 or 5 games.
Also,
but
isn't the record without him was like 21-4, like without
playoffs
Porzingis
is
this year?
different.
Yeah, I think if you're the Celtics, you take care of
Against the
business.
Cavs. I don't know if
No.
it is.
We will win any Eastern Conference playoff series without Porzingis. Will we win the championship without Porzingis? Is where I stand.
I agree entirely with you.
But also, it's like when Porzingis comes back, he's not going to be at 100%. Like you're basically going to be getting. A
we'll see.
version of
Let's worry
Porzingis.
about that. See, this is Phil. This is different.
I'm not-
We don't worry about that right now. We're focused on the Cavs. We're going to beat the Cavs, and then we move on from
Okay.
there.
That's fine.
And the nice thing is, these teams
You worry about you and yours. I'll worry about me and mine.
Yeah.
like these. The Cavs Magic going 7 games is great because it gives Porzingis even more time in theory to rest.
Right.
So-
And then like the Knicks, like we could rest more. Like,
So, Dukes, you'll be working these streams. You're a low-key Pacers guy for the series.
yes. Yes.
I would say
switched.
he's for,
Obi
right,
guy.
for multiple reasons.
I'm up.
Yeah.
What are the multiple
I
reasons?
would say just him
Obi.
rooting for Obi, and then 2 Pacers. I think are definitely an easier matchup for them than
Oh.
the Knicks.
Yeah.
No, I don't give a fuck about who
No,
wins.
I don't care either.
Honestly,
I
like,
just want to see you guys suffer.
It's more like I have to not like in a selfish way. It's like I have to like lock in for the Celtics game, which is like technically like in the off night, and then when I'm working, it's like Knicks stream. So it'd be nice to like not work like every other. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
Like have like one night where I'm like, all right, I don't have to fucking worry about like watching like fucking like in the office. But
I shouldn't say that. Let me take that back. I don't want to see you guys suffer. I want to see Meek Phil suffer.
yeah, it would also be fun to
That's
see
all.
you guys win and like just see me cry. Like me crying would be like I'm
Very funny,
all in
yeah.
for. Yeah.
Yeah.
See you cry of
I-
happiness.
No, I know. I want to see you cry
tears
like
of sadness.
Yeah, yeah. Like the joy that I had crying, I hope eclipses me again in the gambling cave while you cry of sadness.
Yeah, we want to see
As you
cry.
go back to your below 500 baseball team.
Well, let's calm down with that.
Sorry.
I was gonna say
We have the Celtics. We have the Celtics.
Still, just being in the wild with Meek Phil was
Yeah, so what was that trip
Yeah,
like?
talk
Well,
about
yeah,
it.
what
It was an experience.
Seems like you had more fun than you
You
thought.
guys were there, yeah, for a while.
That wasn't a while. It was a day.
We were there for a while. We were there
For
because
a while.
too, and then travel day was brutal. Travel. My flight got delayed on the way back, so I didn't get back to like midnight on
Oh
Friday.
no! Oh, that sucks.
Because you couldn't have made it home before the game, and you obviously wanted to be there. Yeah.
The only thing that was nice was like it had TV, so I was able to watch like basically the whole Magic game, and then pretty much the whole Clippers game as well, or most of it.
Okay.
But it was fun. Just Meek, he really he's just never left Queens or like basically the New York City borders. It was fun. Like I said, I talked about a little on the show. Like everywhere you went, it was like had to walk in first, kind of like come on, Meek, like it's all right. Like come with me.
Does the outside world scare you, Meek?
I mean, I've never been in North Dakota before, so
Like even just like I would open the door to like be like, go ahead, Meek, like in front of like a gentleman.
Yeah.
Meek would kind of be like, no, like you go first, like make sure it's all right. Like,
Yeah.
He walked into that. I was like, how was the trip? He goes, well, I flew for the first time alone at 26.
yeah, 26
Check it off the bucket list.
26 years old. I finally got on a plane by myself for the first time.
Yeah, me and Meek, we had separate flights. We had like connector flights which also the airport we took from Jamestown was legitimately, when I say the tiniest airport,
It might be the size of our office floor.
I don't know, man. The
It's-
one in Manhattan, Kansas is pretty fucking small.
I can promise you this one is smaller. It's
Yeah?
not possible to be smaller. Whereas not humble flex. Private airports I've been to are 10 times bigger.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking, Bosco. When you get there, you can't go through TSA. There is one flight. You all go through TSAs once together. That's how small the airport is. Like you get there, I was confused. I walk in, I'm like, wait a second. Like where do you like? There's people sitting there's just a lobby,
Yeah.
and there's no like the TSA. It's just closed.
Yeah.
And like no, you just go together. We were on a plane that was 13 rows and 2 and 2
Oh my god.
across, and there was multiple empty rows.
And there was no Wi-Fi on the flight, so to kill time, I just put in my notes app every baseball player I could think of that had a name starting with the letter D. And Clemmer told me to read a book. I thought that was a lot more fun.
Normal people just like listen to music or
Or read a book.
I guess you could read a book.
But you're telling me that
Yes. Most people read a book.
I had fun doing that. Naming baseball players is fun.
Good, yeah.
You should throw like you should throw on like a 30 for 30. Like you would love 30 for 30s. I feel like
He hasn't watched any of them?
he doesn't like TV. Or he watches cartoons.
Dudes, there was no Wi-Fi, no TV. What am I putting on?
I told you to download TV shows on your laptop or on your
My laptop is dead.
your phone.
No.
Okay. see, like that.
All right. I mean, that's where he's at. Let's go picks.
I was just
Ev.
naming guys like Dante Bichette. Like, that was fun.
Dante
Dontrell
Bichon,
Willis.
that was the first name I gave him when he got off. He was like, I was naming guys that started with a D. I was like, Dontrell Willis. He was like, oh, fuck, I forgot that one.
Dontrell Willis. Dansby Swanson.
I slipped my
Darren
mind.
Duncan.
Darren Dalton.
I had both Darren Dalton.
Darren Duncan was a point guard for Christ the King.
Darren Dalton, his last game ever, he batted cleanup in Game 7 of the World Series and won.
Really?
Did you have
97
David
Marlins.
Ortiz?
Of course. David Ortiz was like the fifth guy I
How
had.
about that?
David Wells, David Cohn, Dwight Gooden.
Dan Harron.
Yeah.
Missed him.
Oh.
Oh.
Darren Erstad, who is from Jamestown, North Dakota.
Oh, there you go.
Still.
There you go. What do you got tonight, Ev?
So I got, like I said, I do like the Nuggets. I think they bounce back tonight. I'll lay the 5.5 with the Nuggets. In baseball, I would take the Knicks. I can't be like with this. This is such crucial basketball. I can't be like needing the Knicks to win by like a certain number. I'm gonna just be rooting for the.
I think you put the Knicks money line in the parlay with.
Yeah,
different
like
things.
maybe that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what I'll
I like the over in Giants Phillies over 7.5, and I like the over in Mets Cardinals over 8.
I'm going to take the over in Texas, Oakland 7.5. You got two bad pitchers. It doesn't look like Oakland scores a lot of runs. Alex Wood against Andrew Haney, but I like that over.
Bosco, I
Five
actually have a
similar
stat
play.
for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Oakland A's are third in all of baseball in home runs.
All right, cool. So as long as they hit a few, but every time I watch them, it doesn't seem like they're playing in a 3-1 game. They're playing in a 2-0 game. It doesn't look like they score a ton. The hit parade is plus 314. I'll be taking that.
Nice. Yep.
And I'll cook something up with the Knicks. Clemmer, what do you got?
Yeah, to kind of follow on what Meek and Rico were saying.
Right now.
I have a parlay, my pick of the day. Andrew Heaney over 1.5 earned runs, and then the Phillies' first three. Like we said, Andrew Heaney, kind of a lousy pitcher. Phillies, Zach Wheeler has allowed 1 earned run in 7 games of first 3 innings. So 1 earned run in 21 innings. And that's a parlay. It's plus 111. On the Mets money line, because they're plus money. I think they can win that game. And then my pick for the early win promo, still on DraftKings, still take advantage of that. Rangers money line. It's pretty juiced up, 142, but that early win has been awesome.
The early win has been really good. Who do you like for the early win?
Rangers money line. It's minus 142. But
All right, I'll take it.
I want to give Bosco a pat on the back. Yes, the A's are 3rd in the league in home runs. They are 26th in runs scored.
There we go.
So they hit a bunch of solo shots.
You taking the Rangers, you said?
I'm taking Andrew Heaney over 1.5 earned runs.
What do you want? Rangers early win?
Rangers early win.
All right, fine. I'm in.
But Heaney over 1.5 earned runs, I like that a lot, mixed with the Phillies' first 3, plus half a run. So in other words, if it's a tie, you still win. And it's plus 111.
All right, I'm in. So that is Dukes. What do you like tonight?
Obi topping over 9.5 points.
Obi topping over 9.5.
Ooh.
Yes, sir.
Troll. You working the stream?
Yes, sir.
Troll.
What do you want to eat? We'll talk off air.
Whatever.
Let's go Sirs time. Let's get a
I'll
win.
be nervous. I'll be nervous. So I don't know. I'll be eating too much. But are you farting?
That's you being nervous on the stream
Yeah, pretty much.
after you eat the food.
Exactly.
I'll get something good then.
We'll figure it out.
Something that'll slip through you.
That is, yeah, exactly. That is Pick Central. We'll catch you tomorrow back here.